Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Star Rail theory and speculation video. Today, I want to talk about the 10 Stonehearts of the IPC and their potential. So far, we have met 2 of these Stonehearts in-game, with a third very likely on the way. Now, this video does contain spoilers for the quests listed on screen now, so if you haven't done those, you have been warned. With all that said though, let's get right into the video. Before we get into the speculation, I want to go over who the Stonehearts are. The 10 Stonehearts are a group of elite IPC employees, operating under the leadership of Diamond, an emanator of preservation. Each of the Stonehearts holds their own Cornerstone, which they share a name with. Of course, these Cornerstones are more than just a decoration. Each Cornerstone holds a share of the authority of an emanator of preservation within them, which is why the Stonehearts value them more than their own lives. In order to access this power, a Stoneheart must cut the Cornerstone with their own will, as seen with Aventurine. Now, we currently have 2 playable Stonehearts in the game, Topaz and Aventurine, with a third on the way, that being Jade. So, let's delve a bit deeper into each of these characters. Topaz, rank P44, is a fire character who follows the path of the hunt and holds the Cornerstone Topaz of Debt Retrieval. She was the first of the Stonehearts to appear in the game, being released during version 1.4. Before her debut though, she was seen on the light cone trend of the Universal Market along with Aventurine. Anyways, she travels alongside her warp trotter Numby, and as her Cornerstone suggests, she works in debt retrieval. We see this firsthand on Eurylo 6, where she was tasked to claim the debt of the Architects. While the deal she gives doesn't seem too thrilling to the residents of Belobog, she has her reasons for believing it will work. Before Topaz took on that name, she was known as Yelena, and she lived on a very poor world. The atmosphere was incredibly polluted, and people had to wear special masks in order to go outside. Eventually though, the IPC came and offered to help the planet, so long as every citizen began to work for the IPC, the same deal given to Belobog. Through this deal, the IPC was able to save Yelena's world, which is why she felt so inspired to join them. She became Topaz at a young age, and passionately believes that the IPC can help other worlds too. While she eventually agreed to leave Eurylo 6 alone, she was incredibly hard to convince due to her past. She even almost fought against us, but she didn't get the chance, meaning we haven't seen her unleash her Cornerstone yet. As for a character who has utilized their Cornerstone, and Topaz and Jade's as well actually, we have Aventurine. Aventurine, rank P45, is an imaginary character who follows the path of the preservation, and holds the Cornerstone Aventurine of Stratagems. He made his in-game debut on Penacony, where it's clear that he has quite a few tricks up his sleeve. He isn't one to shy away from taking risks, and he's prepared to gamble it all to achieve his goals. After all, he had to wager against fate itself to get where he is now. Before Aventurine took on his current name, he was known as Kakavasha, an Avgin boy from the desert planet of Sigonia 4. However, he is unfortunately very likely the last of the Avgins. Eventually, he would be recruited to the IPC by Jade, and given his new name. As I said, he is willing to gamble it all to achieve his goals, which is shown when he uses his Cornerstone on Penacony. Even though he was defeated by Acheron, it seems that this was part of his plan with Topaz and Jade as well. Jade is an upcoming quantum character who follows the path of the erudition. So far, she has only been seen in flashbacks, such as when she recruited Aventurine to the IPC. Still, we can infer that she regularly works with Topaz and Aventurine, as she gave her Cornerstone to Aventurine for his plans on Penacony. So, what exactly is next for the IPC on Penacony? Well, the battle against Aventurine was definitely not the last we'll see of them. After the battle, we get a cutscene in which Jade activates her Cornerstone within Penacony's dreamscape as well. As such, she'll likely have some sort of role within Penacony's story going forward. Topaz also made an appearance on Penacony as well, meaning 3 of the 10 Stonehearts are directly involved in Penacony's story. But still, why are they so interested in the current events on this planet? Well, long ago, Penacony was actually a frontier prison that belonged to the IPC. The prisoners who were exiled here were forced to take up the important duty of mending the leak through which Memoria seeps into the galaxy. As time went on, many prisoners found themselves in a shared dream world, in which they all had a single shared desire, that of freedom. They would find this freedom when the Stellarons began to spread across the galaxy. Using the chaos to their advantage, the prisoners became the new rulers of Penacony. There are very few records that tell of this event, but those that remain suggest that various factions, including the Morning Actors, the Masked Fools, the Nameless, and the Omen Vanguards, assisted the prisoners in their takeover. Eventually, the family would descend and take control of Penacony's dreamscape. They would turn it into what it is today, a renowned cosmic resort. However, in the IPC's eyes, they may believe that Penacony still belongs to them. In fact, we know from Aventurine's character stories that they do have quite the debt to pay off. As such, the IPC may see the collapsing dreamscape as their opportunity to take advantage of the chaos and take Penacony back. Interestingly, the story of Penacony seems to be mirroring the events of the past. Many factions are involved in both events, and a Stellaron has a role within the stories as well. Now, as for the story going forward, I doubt that we will fight the IPC outright like we did with Aventurine. That fight was all a part of his plans, and I don't think any more fighting will be necessary. From now on, their plans could be more behind the scenes, with Jade and Topaz being more involved as well. In my opinion, the IPC retaking control of Penacony might not be a bad idea. They have incredible technology, which could allow them to work with the family and come up with some sort of deal. In the end, the IPC could help fix the dreamscape and stop the influx of Memoria. It would remain a cosmic resort, with the funds being used to pay off the debt. So far in this video, I've only been focusing on 3 of the 10 Stonehearts, so let's talk about the others. Out of the remaining 7, we know about 4 of them. Back in version 1.4, the names Obsidian and Opal were both mentioned by Topaz. Not too much is known about them, but Opal was originally supposed to go to Penacony. However, they decided that Aventurine would be a better choice for this mission. Now, within the simulated universe Golden Gears quests, we learn about Pearl, rank P45. She wanted to learn more about the Emperor's War and the Border Star Trade War, which is why she reached out to Herta to gather information on that time period with the simulated universe. Herta assumes she is an Intellitron, though in Aventurine's character stories, he questions this. Now then, the most powerful member of the Stonehearts is of course Diamond himself, rank P47. Aside from being an emanator of the Preservation, not much is known about Diamond or his goals. We don't know how he created the Cornerstones or how he imbued them with his authority, and we don't know the true extent of his power as an emanator. Based on what we see with the Aventurine boss though, it's safe to say that he must be quite powerful. I'm sure we'll meet him in the other Stonehearts at some point, it's just a matter of time. Perhaps in the future, we'll be able to travel to Pier Point, where the Stonehearts are based. We could also just meet additional Stonehearts while out and about through Trailblaze continuances, such as one on Penacony dealing with the aftermath of current events. We could also have some of them visit the Herta space station to gather information with the simulated universe, like Pearl did. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my thoughts on the 10 Stonehearts and their potential. To me, these characters seem really interesting, and I can't wait to learn more about them and what they focus on. Now, I haven't done too many Star Rail lore videos, but if you want to keep with the theme of preservation, I recommend my video on the history of Eurylo 6. I would love to hear what ideas you all have for the Stonehearts in the comments below as well. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sources and further readings are also in the description if you want to check them out. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video.